my question would be, I think, if I find myself, my mind being agitated, and at the same time see the relation between the agitation and the unpleasant feeling, I can see something happening in the mind which looks like compassion, and at that same time the agitation just dissolves and also the unpleasant feeling.
Realities are so very subtle, and if we don't talk about each one carefully, we might misunderstand the meaning of it. For example, the translation about metta, or the development of metta, I am not sure if like the one who understands how they translate it, because to me, I don't think that there is any moment of metta for oneself. What does it mean? As a person, I understand that, but to oneself, I cannot understand that at all. How can there be metta to oneself?
I think there can be some goodness towards oneself. When I see agitation and I see unpleasant feeling, there can be a sort of relaxation.
Agitation is kusala or akusala?
Agitation, it's akusala.
So, can it be anyone, or it's conditioned to be agitation, and it's gone? Can it belong to anyone? Or it's just a reality? Because
it's
of
a reality.
And the point is to understand agitation or relaxation or what?
Or impersonal, anatta.
That's why whenever agitation is there, it can be known. It's different from metta, right?
Right.
So it's a reality. Nobody can change. That's why we learn how many realities are there.
Yes, I understand.
Or then there's different degrees of each one by different conditions. So they are different in a moment to a moment, not the same one at all. And the point to understand the truth is that no matter what kind of reality is that, it can be known that it's clear, it's a reality, it's conditioned to be only that for a while, that's all. It cannot last at all.
No.
Otherwise, the action is there, and it cannot let go, no matter it's agitation or what, any kind of annoyance. I is there. When there's no understanding that it's only a moment, it's conditioned. Who's that person or who's what is taken for I? Nothing, because it's gone. As soon as it has a reason, it's not there anymore. To learn, to understand, will get rid or help one to have less agitation because of understanding. But it's not the aim to have less. It's the aim is to understand the truth that no matter how great it is or how little it is, whatever is there is conditioned to be only that and then gone. It saves time to just think about it because it's there to be known. We don't have to find out what is agitation, what condition is arising, because it's there already.
Yes, I understand.
By conditions. To understand, no matter if it's kindness or agitation or relaxation, as realities, Dhamma, this is the point of listening to Dhamma, to understand the truth of Dhamma. What is meant by Dhamma? Whatever is real is conditioned to be that only in that very moment. No more. Only that, that's gone. Everything arising and falling away. And this is the understanding agitation as a Dhamma. Because it's a Dhamma, it's real. It does not belong to anyone, but it's conditioned to arise. And by having such understanding, it will let go more agitation to be less agitation, depending on conditions too, what level of understanding. If you have right understanding and be kind and have compassion for everyone, you don't mind at all what would the other things about you, whether they do not like you because you speak the truth about meditation center or whatever. It doesn't matter at all. No one can hurt you, only ignorance and clinging to I. When there's no I and you have kindness and compassion, you cannot get angry with anyone at all. You have more compassion because of the ignorance, not understanding what is right and what is wrong and what is Dhamma, not self. Which is very, very difficult to realize the truth because it's not just the word, it's our reality. It's there, just when it's there and then gone, never to return again. So it does matter because no more to be object of agitation. So no matter it is relaxation or agitation, a reality, different reality, that's all. You cannot make it arise, but when there are conditions or whatever arises, it has to arise and gone, no one at all. And what is more useful is to consider the truth, to understand reality as not self, because the absolute truth is that they are only different conditions, realities, just to arise and then gone.
In the relaxation, there seems to be stopping identification with the process. And that looks like the characteristics of adosa, the letting go.
So Ajahn would like to add anything before we finish.
Yes. What do you mean by it looks or it seems?
Well, that I'm not really sure. I would say that it is like that, but at the same time, I think I might be mistaken.
You say it looks or it seems, and what is the opposite of look and seem?
The opposite.
As
no,
it is, not just seem or look, right? Because all Dhammas, even the word look or seem, or as it is, not just look or seem. So Dhamma is so very precise when there is the understanding. Even the term not self or not me or no I, it's just not the word. But the truth is that it cannot be anyone. It cannot belong to anyone because it's conditioned to arise and then falls away instantly. That is the truth, that it is like that. But when it seems or it looks, it means that there's no understanding of the truth. For example, can you change that characteristic which has been experienced?
No.
But you can use different words. But the truth is the truth.
Yes.
That's why we learn to understand Dhamma. The point of listening to the truth is to understand the truth of Dhamma. For example, be kind to yourself. Is it possible? Because at that moment there is kindness and you take it from me. And how can it be kind to other eye? Because that eye has kindness. That's why there can be many ideas, but what is the truth? Not only idea, but the truth is that it's not just an idea about it, but the truth of it can be known, can be understood, can be directly experienced as is so true. It's just not like think or think or not clear, like be kind to yourself, impossible. Because at that moment, the kindness is that, as one take for I'm kind, to whom else? That's why understanding reality is not easy at all. It has to think it over again and over again and over again until it's clear that there is no one and no thing at all, no matter it is agitation or relaxation or whatever. At that moment, no word. The reality shows up as so very different, but no understanding of it. So think about it, see or look, but actually it's not there anymore to be known. That's why it can be directly known when it's there only because it's just there. It shows up, but not to right understanding at level of letting go the idea itself. Not yet. But nobody can change that characteristic at all. So agitation is a reality. Relaxation is another reality. Different ones, but they are Dhamma, no one at all. This is the point of listening to let go the idea itself.
Yes,
because actually, it doesn't seem. Actually, the truth is that it's gone, never to arise again. So how can it be someone or I?
I understand the truth of what you're saying.
So we learn about the absolute truth, the teaching of the enlightened one about all dhammas as anatta, agitation or relaxation, adhamma, no one at all, until it appears clearer and clearer, closer and closer to just be aware of. See, it's so clear and clear and clearer. Even just the word to be aware of in the beginning is not as clear, and it's not just at that very object. Until then, nothing more, only right understanding of the absolute truth of it. Now we talk about agitation and relaxation, but it's not there. And when it arises again, not that same one which has fallen away, but it's conditioned by the other different one. No one, no thing permanent at all. That's why it is not easy to understand, even just the word, that which appears, no one there. Because hardness is hardness. Can there be anything or anyone? It cannot be the eye, the arm, the nail, or anything at all. Just hardness. That is the absolute truth. And it's gone. What is left is only the shape and form and the nimitta and the idea of something, which is not there at all. That's why the nature of that, which is adhamma, just arise and fall here, is so very, very deep and very, very subtle. But even so, what is that? Only that which is there can be known as it is. When panya is strong enough, firm enough. Is it possible? When it begins to understand the truth, little by little, it can understand more and more, clearer and clearer.